Okay, so the next video has come sooner than expected, of course, and this time it's episode 2, of course, and episode 2 gave me even more to think about. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? But let's stick to the main thing. The main thing is that I made two videos about Half-Life 2, of course, one about the main game, one about the episode, and both of them were an hour-long videos. And I didn't really plan on that. To be honest, I just started taking notes while playing the game, and while I tried to scramble them at least in somewhat reasonable fashion, making a loose script out of it, to not forget any points that I wanted to make. I somehow got lost in this train of thought, and I just kept writing more and more and more. So the script, became too long, and because of that, the video became longer too. Nowadays, I think I will try to stay away from these scripts less, just to keep it light, to keep it simple, and to keep it enjoyable, of course. And but I still made some notes. I couldn't forget about some of the things. So let's talk the main points of the episode 2, of course. It is an episode 2, and even though it is a second expansion, if you will, to the esteemed Half-Life franchise, it was released at the same time as episode 1. And you gotta understand that. And right from the start, I was just spending yesterday whining the whole evening about how the flashlight sharing the same stamina bar with the sprinting and oxygen in the water is hell of annoying. And right from the gate, it is not a problem. It is already fixed. Why couldn't they released it in at the same time, in the same orange box? Why couldn't they fix that? I mean, yeah, it was the point. There are plenty of rooms and levels which are either dimly lit or haven't been lit at all. You point at things with flashlight, and Alex is capable at shooting them. I get that. I get that idea, but still, sharing the same stamina bar for flashlight, it's not an elegant decision, and I'm glad that it was fixed. I think gameplay-wise, episode 2 was maybe the best, but I slightly liked episode 1 more. Actually, episode 2 is well. Let's go a little bit back. If you watched my previous video, you know that I perceive episode 1 as a certain idea, a certain statement, from the developers. And I think that idea kind of evolves in a narrative sense, but in a gameplay sense, the developers of episode 2, because if I remember correctly, the developers for both episodes were a different team. They made sure to have fun, and that what matters. Uh, you know, there is a great scenery in this DLC. It starts off pretty much immediately with the very romantic caves where you meet the Vortigons, and Vortigons, they are amazing. It was the best, I think, design decision in the sense of a lore to give them a bigger role and make them the way they are at the moment. And it is glorious because they have excuse me, they have distinct charm. They have distinct pathos to them. They tend to dramatize stuff, and I'm still a little bit sad that the uh, best buddy of ours, the Vortigern that helped us get the nectar from the beehive of these antlions or something. Uh, we didn't get his name, or I simply didn't notice it, and that is so sad. But it kind of maybe a narrative decision for the Vortigons themselves as a race, because maybe they don't get names as concept. They don't need it because their personalities are extremely similar. They all have the same voice, share pretty much. It's rare to see a unique Vortigon. That's what I'm trying to say. And to just just when I started thinking that way, they give us the name Vortigern at the end of the episode 2. But I will get to that later. Concerning the structure of the game, I believe it is good for the most part. The episode 1 was better as the as experience, but episode 2 wasn't too bad. There is a moment of a tower defense. When you and a couple of squad mates try to save the mentioned before Vortigern and Alex while keeping the waves of antlions away. And at the end, of course, a scripted thing happens and the turrets break down, as they should. And the Vortigons come to help. And that is a really cool moment. Especially cool since it is a very narratively important moment. What happens at that moment? We, as Gordon Freeman, we get the nectar. As I mentioned before, with this Vortigern, keep it, take it to the dying Alex Vance, and he and his buddies, with you, of course, and they also mentioned that it is a significant moment. Maybe it holds religious, meaning to them, or maybe cultural significance, like it is, something like marriage, like your fates are intertwined. I don't know, but it is prophetic in its nature. So I think we will see later the extensions of these ideas. But what's most important is that we see G-Man at that moment. And G-Man is happy because these guys who didn't, and I'm not sure if it's them exactly, but maybe it's them. Since they were preoccupied with saving the life of Alex Vance, and they say that Alex Vance is a significant person to them, a significant being, like Freeman, it is something of a different kind, but also big, also important. And while they were trying to save her life, uh, they took their attention from the G-Man, who apparently they have been keeping an eye on. And during that moment, that fucker stops time. And while he stops time, he speaks to you. He gives, mental projection of an order to Alex, and it pretty much solidifies the G-Man's role in the narrative. After that, he quietly goes away. Time moves again, and uh, Alex is trying to catch her breath. Usual routine. And the Wardigans are going away with the words that we will go and look for advisors again. So it got me thinking. What do I mean by that? What do we know about these advisors, fuckers? A little bit later during this DLC, we find out, and we meet several of them, that advisors are a special breed of creatures, like these mixes of turds and unboiled chicken in a bathtub. It looks more like a potato at the end of the episode. They can change their form. And I think when we meet the first guy, the dying guy, and the Alex, says pull the plug, take his life support away. I was hesitant at that, I thought, maybe game tried to play a moral prank on me, and I was looking for another option, but I didn't seem to find any. So I pulled the plug. He immediately tries, doing the nasty, and he takes the body of dead, rebel who was, lying at the console bank. So I believe that since Dr. Breen was given, the promise that he would change his physical form, I think these advisors can do as well. And maybe they can do it on their own will. And since the Vortigons are looking for advisors, they're trying to stop them, they're trying to contain them, and they did the same to the G-Man. The G-Man seems to be the advisor, but he was, he's the older one of them. He changed his appearance to human-like, and that is his role. He just, goes like that. And many advisors try, exactly that. They have these blue, somewhat eye-looking detector thingies on them, on their flesh, which somewhat correlates with the unusual color of the eyes of the G-Man. So I think it is in the realm of possibility that he is an advisor. What also sprang up in my mind because of that theory is that G-Man is antipod to the free man. What do I mean by that? G-Man, what do we know about him? We know he's the fucking reptiloid, the lizard man. He is trying to be perceived as human, but the way he talks is quite unnatural. He tends to slow at a certain moment, but be fast at another. And that kind of tempo of his speech is certainly unhuman. But on the other hand, he wears the prestigious clothes, uh, suitcase, white collar, most white collar haircut ever, and the most white collar suit ever, actually. And he behaves professionally. So, what I believe is, no, it wasn't, the narrative decision when Valve was developing Half-Life in 1997, 1998, that it would be so, I think, but during the Half-Life 2 or the episode's development, I think they are trying to establish this kind of opposition between these characters. So in episode 1, the free man, Gordon Freeman, becomes truly free. He becomes the free man, and he proves himself that he is himself, because he's authentic, not because somebody, put the clever road before him, which was really convenient to set the link of events. I talked on the matter on the previous video, of course. And since Gordon is the person like that, G-Man is the opposition of that. He is obedient. He always talks about his higher-ups, about the restrictions that are enforced upon him, and only one personal thing that he did that we know of is that he saved the Alex life, apparently, and that ended up as a big and huge investment for him. At least he perceives it that way, because he feels proud that because he saved her, she can be used in a new way. That is pretty cool. I'm really anticipating to see where the narrative goes from here. Also, there are many other things, of course, to speak of. We got the mention of 7-Hour War as an event. I lazily checked out the wiki yesterday. I know, shouldn't have, but still. And I found about 7-Hour War. Quite a cool event, even though I don't know any details. I kind of skimmed over. And we meet a new character, and he's forcefully put in a position of authority even over us. That is Dr. Magnuson. At first, he feels like such a dick. He's annoying, obnoxious. He orders Kleiner around, who is a sweet, maybe a tiny bit insane, but sweet old man. You don't want this guy. There were hundreds of Dr. Kleiners in the Black Mesa that I have saved who shared his model and his looks and his voice even. So I like, Dr. Kleiner. And seeing that this Magnuson guy mercilessly bullies him, and Dr. Kleiner doesn't even, punch him in the face or something, or kick him in the balls. I was somewhat puzzled, but then I remembered these are the fucking nerds, and that is the fucking point of the series. Most of the characters are the nerds, and they behave like nerds. Dr. Breen behaves like a nerd even during the last boss fight in the Half-Life 2. That is so cool. Also, we get many situations where I think these are red herrings, of course, where we are put in a position where we question Magnuson's loyalty, because he can give off a vibe of the collaborator with the Combine, the same vibe as Judith, from the original game. And then later, we meet. How is it? His name? I gotta check it out. Uriah. We meet Uriah. We meet in the silos. No, I forgot to mention the peak of assholery of Magnuson is when we come to the base. The context is during the last 24 hours, at least 24 hours, but it's sure to be more. When the catastrophe happened, when the reactor blew up, and even before, when he initially blew up during the last boss fight of the Half-Life 2, we were so tired. I mean, we didn't sleep for days. The only time we spent, out of conscious, not in the traditional rest. And it's cool to see that Alex at the end of the DLC has these I forgot how it's called in English, the spots under her eyes, the dark, that she's tired, she lost a lot of blood. That is cool. So what I was talking about? Oh yeah. It's Uriah. Oh no. I completely forgot about the situation. Yeah, we were doing all the stuff in Half-Life 2. The events of Half-Life 2 in the episode 1 span of an entire week of battling fucking Striders. That is so annoying, and it is so respectable by many people. The Gordon Freeman is more than a legend in the eyes of the common folk, and he did so much, he achieved so much, he endured so much, and when he finally can have some rest, what does the Magnuson say? We get a lot of fake alarms. Go fix this one up, since you're already wearing the HEV suit. Go do it, man. You're doing nothing. Go to work. Go to work at your fucking factory, man. Nah, that is bullshit. I was upset because of that. I mean, also I was upset because of Alex, and the reason is that during the last radio transmission that we do before coming to the base, she tells on the radio and fails to tell them that Combine are planning an attack. And when we come to the base, she didn't state that to the guards. She didn't state that to her dad, to Dr. Klein, or to Dr. Magnuson. She doesn't tell it to nobody. She kind of forgets. And I think that is not her carefree nature. She shows herself to be really, really intelligent and emotionally stable. And I think it is the narrative mishap, somebody, or some script writers could have done that better, I think. But anyway, this guy, he sends us to clear up the mess, and we meet Uriah. Finally we get to him. Uriah is the Vortigaunt, and what's even cooler, he is the Vortigaunt in a lab coat. And there is an important detail that completely switched my opinion on Dr. Magnuson. At least it started to move in the opposite direction at that moment. You see, when you meet Dr. Magnuson, he is the only, clean one in the terms of the clothes he wears. He is in pristine condition. He's a perfectionist. He's bossing people around, and he has, the name tag. I don't know who fucking bothers in the apocalypse when the authority of people is clear. When people are fucking wearing lab coats, everybody knows their face, everybody knows their voice, everybody knows their name. And yet he still bothers with some laminated shit, which gives him level 11 clearance to what I still don't get. But Uriah has the same name tag, and it has the level 9 clearance. It's not, some elaborate joke, about September events, of course. I think when we meet Uriah, he says that Magnuson has very big vertigonescence or something. I don't know. It's their, religious bullshit that drives them. They perceive the world differently than us humans, and it shows that he puts a lot of trust in this person, and he really admires Dr. Magnuson. And so far, Vortigons have shown themselves to be a decent, decent understanding of the people's character. They are not usually deceived. That was cool. From that moment, I somewhat relaxed. And later, it's actually, I think it might be on the name tag. I didn't notice it at the moment, but later Dr. Magnuson calls him by name, and he calls him in in a more somber and personal way than to his colleagues. He is a very proud man, and somehow he shows the Vortigaunt of all people respect. And when he values himself to be 11 out of 10, the genius of his generation, the smartass, the professional, the perfectionist, he believes that this Uriah guy, he's 9 out of 11, He's not 10? Of course he's not, because he knows all the 10s. There are only a couple of 10s in the whole history of the human race, and Uriah is a 9. He is close to be standing in the realm of the gods. That is so kind of cute, because his pride twists itself in this, in a cute sense, in a cute way. And later, when he talks to the Gordon personally, he shows, after, we finish the silo business, he shows more respect, more personal, kind of gratitude, and the perfect touch, like the cherry on top of the cake, is the moment when he tells you to get these striders off the base. The base is getting sieged, and you need to lift that siege. And he tells you that if you do it, his Magnuson device, if you do it, he will forgive you for eating his fucking food 20 years ago or 10 years, I don't remember. But still, that's kind of sweet. If you save my life and the lives of humanity, essentially, I might treat you not like a dried up turd, but as a wet one, as a fresh one. It's so stupid, but I like it. But Magnuson, even though he's a proud man, I explained how he shows his humanity, and he shows that he is, he has that inner side when you launch the rocket. He's really happy. So yeah, he has his professional facade, but he has some spirit inside as well. So I believe that we will see Dr. Magnus in the future as well, and if we do, it will be good. I kind of like the guy, but I really wish to see the other guy, and that is any one of those hundreds like Dr. Kleiners, the guys with the Einstein model. He has these long hair and a mustache, kind of typical scientist model in the Half-Life 1, and that model was mentioned because you see the picture of the old Black Mesa colleagues, and the one face, of course, erased, probably Dr. Bream, but one of them was that face. So maybe the developers will introduce even more Black Mesa scientists to us in the future. That is cool. That is cool. But we still haven't covered it all. Yeah. What are the challengers, of these DLC? I didn't find it super challenging. I really admired some of the level design. The best moment of the DLC for me was, after you leave the caves, the Vortigaunt says that the humans at the base that is abandoned, as we find out, they had a car, and if we get that car, we may get to the base in time. It is good that we have that car. It is kind of strange that we have to have that particular car, of course, because there were a lot of them, but maybe they were broken or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter because these not the Mustang, the Charger type, the muscle, American muscle kind of car, is it's kind of dope, even though it looks like you are a bum. I really enjoy Alex's reaction to it, because she gasps and you think, oh god, she doesn't like it, and she says it's fucking awesome, and you're like, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Because I like Alex. Alex shows herself during these DLC good as well. But the previous one was where he shined, the most, I believe. So the best moment is where you go down, and Alex once again covers you with a sniper rifle, and then you get into one specific room, and you have a couple of the circular saw blades, and if you played Ravenholm, you know what that means. It means gravity gun, bitches, and that is awesome. That was the best part, maybe, of the whole Half-Life 2 trilogy for me. because while I having a blast killing all these zombies. I mean, I have weapons. I have red barrels around. I have some grenades with me, if I remember correctly. I have bullets, of course. I'm good with shotgun. I can play it conservatively, but we get the fucking saw blades. Why don't we use them? And that's what I did. And Alex was covering my back the whole time, and it was fun. It was fun. It was so good, and it is a staple of why I believe the Half-Life games are great, because they always strive to give you the option of doing the task at hand in your preferable way. There were number of times during the completion of all the DLCs and the main game when I tried to pile up the boxes or any other stuff to reach previously, what you think to be the areas that developers didn't intend you to go, to be a smart ass, if you beat the developers in their own game, kind of uncover the how is it called, the cloth in a theater, you know what I'm talking about, to look behind the scenes, and no, the stitches are pretty good. I didn't break the game. It was fun nonetheless. Sometimes they even have some secret drops in this place, or some hints. It is good. It is good. Also, the this DLC has it has a fat fucking lore dump at you. The previous one was big, and this one is. I'm not sure if it's bigger. It's bigger in terms of length, in terms of content, and in terms of what you say, grandiose. You have more freedom. You can drive your car. You can find hidden caches in the forest. There's a lot to do. It is very replayable. The missions themselves, as I stated before, there was typical tower defense. There was playing tag with this antlion in the caves. There was the siege. At one moment, when you drive your car, you get into a trap at some village, and you hide in one house, and you're besieged by waves and waves of combines. That was cool. I think it was a good moment. And the last playable, segment of the game, where you are given the map, you're given these Magnuson devices, which I don't know. I mean, dude is so proud to to show us the stick bombs. It is kind of I think he knows himself that it is silly, but I digress. And this mission, even though it's challenging, it is kind of reminiscent of the old Warcraft 3 quests, like in the Alliance campaign, when you drive off the waves of the undead, when you evacuate the village, or when you do the Stratholme, the creative ones. And I think this one, even though the execution is not perfect, because these enemies are a bit boring, but the idea itself was very fun. And it was fun driving around the car, driving these bombs. I'm sad that I could have I could carry only one bomb at the same time, but that mechanic guy, he was one of the MVPs of the game. He was so humble, and yet he gave us so much. He even gave us the Raider to the HEV suit. You know, cool. That's cool. Also, pa, 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 pa. I played with the flashlight once. I was not particularly bored. I was just, my attention was scattered during the dialogue in the silo when the first dialogue happens, when you and Alex meet Magnuson. So I started to play with the flashlight, and you see the shadow. It is really good. It moves accordingly because it's real. And the shadows that I made with the flashlight were also very good. They were very authentic. And I tell you, as the man who completed Persona 3 Reloaded last September, even the modern games can slack off in this, in this matter, and they put a lot of pressure on your hardware to get all of these fancy technologies working, like shades, fancy water, you know a lot of that shit that you don't really need, because Half-Life 2, it works on a potato clock nowadays, and it is still looks gorgeous, because it was developed that way. When you enter a new room, the developers are aware that you might run around, so they made sure that the room remains authentic from the every from every position. That is cool. They really did a good job, and the episode 2 was good in that regard as well. I believe episode 2, even though I enjoyed episode 1 a little bit more, episode 2 was great. Also, most important thing, the most important one, is the character of Eli Vance. So, what is the problem with Eli Vance? It's not really a problem, of course. I already said how I feel about the man. I think he is the best guy in all of Half-Life. Each time I see him, I am grinning with the biggest smile on my face, because he's such a cool guy. Uh, there is really nothing bad about him. He's charismatic. He's good. But there, one moment happens. When on the screen the G-Man appears, and the hallucination is enforced upon the Alex, and she makes sure that Eli receives the message from the G-Man, and that message is the unforeseen consequences, because the G-Man, as the Eli stated, he said the same thing to him. He even whispered him that when the Black Mesa incident happened, when you were in the reaction chamber, he whispered it to him in the ear. That is kind of scary, but it gives some new perspective on the matter, because we know that the G-Man stated that he saved Alex personally. It was his decision, and you know, he made sure that Eli understands that he owes him now, and Eli is not, he doesn't, he doesn't know him shit. And later, he calls the G-Man our mutual friend. Uh, that made me think, how the fuck does Eli Vance knows of our connection with the G-Man? Maybe he conversed with him, during the last, decade or so. He met him more, and the G-Man said it to him personally, or some other way. I don't know. But it is really interesting that Eli acquired new depth in his character. That's cool. Also, I really dig that he ships you and Alex, in such a funny way, like procreate bitches. I want to see my grandkids. How can you hate this man? If I will meet someday the person who doesn't like Eli Vance, I I would be so puzzled what kind of person that would be. What that is such a sacrilege in my eyes. The game, it shows him as the very sweet man, and loving husband, very caring father, and professional, strong man. He has a lot of really good qualities, importantly good qualities. He's the best guy around. Out of the question. And the ending. Come on. If I remember correctly, the initial decision for the developers was to release the episode 3 as well, which covers the Borealis events. And somehow, some way, Valve scrapped that. They had the initial design documents, but during the process of it, they decided not to complete the work. I don't know why, but what a sad note to end the game on. It's been it's been was Orange Box released in 2007? Let's say it was in 2007. It's been almost 20 years since the release of the game, and after that, we have acquired only one game in the franchise, Half-Life Alyx. And imagine if you are so proud that you don't play VR on principle, and you don't consider Half-Life Alyx as the numbered title, therefore you're an elitist who wouldn't play it and wouldn't even heard anything about it, but you remain a very, vocal fan of the series. This, this moment is the worst gut punch ever. To stay in the silence for many years at this note, it is, oh man, it is sad. It is sad. Also, what important is the quality of these episodes. As I stated before, it surpasses, in my eyes, it surpasses the quality of the original game, of the original Half-Life 2, mostly, in the design. The narrative really blooms, and a lot more, of course. And since this episodic nature, the Valve was put in a really tough position, because They know that no matter what they release, it will sell, but they don't want to be sellout, uh, and they want to produce the product with the quality that e- either the same as the one that it is referred to or surpasses it. They couldn't handle the episode 3, I believe. The anticipation was too high, the hopes were too high, and I understand Valve in that regard. It's better not to release anything at all. It is better. I mean, if I will listen to a music album of 15 minutes, but all the songs are bangers, it is much better to listen to an hour-long album, and some of the songs are good. They're above average, above decent. You can wave your head around to them. The first option is much better every time. Every time, every time, every time. So I understand. Also, since the internet's nature, I think, since that's where we communicate, and even though I was hardly familiar with the franchise before, I am aware of the ending of the Half-Life Alyx. So Eli Vance will return to us eventually. Thank God. But I hope they will keep this story and these games at the level of the second generation of these games, because first generation it also had opposing force, blue shift, of course. It has, if I remember correctly, console exclusive separate game with two female protagonists, and these games, they have no, aside from the first one, of course, they have mixed opinion on them, as I recall. But the opposing force fandom is kind of fun. I think we will see the main character of that game too. Also, second generation really was something else. I am a fan now. I discovered something so beautiful that I can't even describe it with words. When I just try to describe it with words, I'm making an hour-long videos, and this one is fucking reaching its 1 hour point. So I'll be quick to end this just right now. What else did we not cover? The last thing is I wanted to cover is the ending of the episode, of course. I really liked the moment of pushing the button to launch the rocket. When everybody looks at you, I even screenshotted it. Everybody looks at you with really kind eyes, and the sincere moment of childlike happiness of the nerds. It is contagious. I really like this moment. And later, when the last scene happens, it's the dog. It's the dog that kicks the ass of the advisors. And I think in that situation, developers were also making a statement of some sort, but it will be. If you want, I will try to answer it in the comments. You can ask. So now all the Well, I've got Lost Coast, of course, but I will maybe save it for the rainy day. But it's glory. It's fucking demo, you know. I don't consider it a real game. And maybe someday I will complete the Blue Shift and Opposing Force as well. Maybe even the console exclusive game as well. We'll see. We'll see. But for now, I am so happy, so relieved that I'm finished with this particular thing. It it is like the weight has been lifted from my heart. The Half-Life games were very respected in the most respected circles. You know, the people I think that have taste all praise Half-Life games, and now I can, you know, I can share the glass of beer with them in honor of the beloved characters. And I will wait for Half-Life 3 as well. Will I play Half-Life Alyx? Maybe, but most likely I will just watch the YouTube compilation of the story segments just to, be in a loop because I don't really like VR. Not my thing. And the last thing, the most important thing, of course, is that tomorrow is the February 14th, and in most of the countries it's Saint Valentine's Day. So make sure to spend time with the romantic interest of yours, or maybe find a new one. Go to a bar, go to a cafe, go to a concert. It's Friday night. There will be a lot of lonely souls. You can, at least the least you can have is the one night stand. If you're not, if you're not a beast, if you're not horrendous. But I'm sure you're not. I'm sure you're a good guy or a girl. I don't know, but make sure to have fun tomorrow. I don't know when we'll see each other again. I don't know when next video will happen, but I think it will happen pretty soon. The next game that I will complete be either Yakuza 2 or Serious Sam the First Encounter. Most likely it's the latter because it is faster. And I will see you here again. Check out my Telegram. You can check out Twitch from time to time. I don't know, if you're bored. Nobody comes there. Nobody comes here either, but still. But make sure to have a good time. I sure did.